winning is the only option. Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome into the Fitness Fanatics. It is Groundhog's Day. Does anybody out there know if the groundhog Tuscatani Phil saw its shadow today?
I don't know.
So if anybody can update us on that, 402-464-5685, Starter Heyman text line. I just want to know. I really don't even know what it means. If the groundhog sees its shadow, that means there's 6 more weeks of winter. Or is it the opposite?
Yeah, if it sees if it goes, runs from its shadow, it's 6 more weeks, not months. Say months?
No, not months.
6 weeks. Yeah, 6 months.
I was like, that's a long winter.
Winter's going to July now.
I wouldn't hate that actually.
I'll Google real quick. Now I'm curious.
This is a great winter, and by the way, for me, I'll be happy if we don't see any snow the rest of the month.
Oh, we're not going to get off that easy. I bet.
Oh, it's been great.
We need a little bit though, because we'll get into this pretty bad drought if we get nothing.
That is true.
I know
we saw the drought monitor today.
Yeah.
We're still okay, but
we are.
We are in Lincoln. I mean, we're in a slight or whatever, but moderate. But some parts of Nebraska are in trouble.
We can get rain, just not snow.
Yeah.
Right? Is it
did
better?
Rain earlier. It rained earlier.
Oh,
this week.
Chris Raff said 6 more weeks of winter we have.
Yeah, this guy.
So he's on it.
They got to get a new groundhog. This guy gets scared every year.
Yeah, quit being a scaredy cat.
I think
really. Get out.
He's a new dad too. I think. I heard.
Oh, he is.
Uh-huh.
Get out and
The
get
groundhog.
go get some food. Quit being
Do
a
something.
wuss.
Well, that's just the problem. They feed him, so he knows. He's like, I don't want to be out of here. It's cold.
Oh, we had another texter said they say he did. Well, I mean, that's the truth right there.
Regardless, there's going to be 6
How did
more
that
weeks of
tradition
winter.
start?
It's February, so
How did that start? Where like a
I don't
groundhog
know.
became the seer?
I don't know.
And
I'm
weather.
not sure. That's a good history lesson.
It'd be a fantastic lesson.
That'd be a good history lesson for the drive with AD and Raph because they always do this day in history. So Raph, get on it.
Then
I know
tune in.
That's right. Get on it. Oh, we got a big contingency walking down the street here. We got some recruits walking down here. Who are
Wow,
these
it is
guys,
a big
Harrison?
group.
Families.
Jeff was distracted.
Should I
by
run
them.
over there and throw up the bones? Go Big Red. What we got here?
They're still coming. Jeez.
They got some like airport luggage too.
They heading over to the Kindler where they stay.
Don't know.
I
Oh,
did.
They are
interesting.
still coming. They're all wearing lanyards.
Oh, we got some recruits walking by the ticket. They should be coming in here, coming on our show if they're listening. We'll take you.
That is I got it up on TV if people are curious, but
Okay. Yeah.
just, since we're talking about it,
Street
at least give
view.
people the visuals.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, Raph said I only
Okay.
do Dig Dug.
Dig Dug.
What?
The game,
I guess. Dig
Dig-
Dug. Yeah, I remember that game.
the Nintendo game.
Well, yes. All right. So it sounds like
Hmm.
the groundhog saw its shadow. We got recruits walking by. I mean, it's just we already
you just
hectic.
made that up.
We're
You
just
don't
labeling
know.
them.
Remember when we saw those recruits at Notre Dame?
We just talked about that.
Oh, that's right. I was wearing my big
Like,
red,
2 shows ago.
huge red N
Yeah.
as they're just walking by. We always seem to run into them on campus.
Mhm.
It's pretty funny.
Hurry up and take this picture. Yeah.
Oh.
We just talked about that. That's what you said.
Oh, yeah. Gosh.
That caught me off guard too. I was
Yeah, I
looking
was
around.
I was like, we'll take a picture of what? What are we
No,
supposed to
that's
take a
what
picture
you
of?
said because you were going to take your picture in front of Touchdown Jesus or
I did,
whatever.
yes.
But those recruits were right there, so you were like, "Hurry up and take my picture because you're going to throw the bones."
I didn't want to get ran off campus by
Yeah.
the coaching staff
So what,
of
you
Notre
gotta-
Dame.
You threw the bones in front of the Buffalo. You threw the bones in
Oh
front
yeah,
of
it's a tradition.
Notre Dame. How many other stadiums?
Kinnick Stadium, I've done, and then Jack Trice Stadium
And
in
Lambeau
Ames.
Field, I feel like you did too, just for funsies.
At Lambeau Field, I did some burpees
You did do burpees
in front of the Lombardi Trophy in my Bear sweatshirt.
for
So
your
I've done
friend
that,
Vic-
but that
for
was
our
in the
friend
middle
Vic.
of the night, so nobody could see me. And then when we toured we walked around the Colorado Stadium. I had a Farrell's sweatshirt on, and then I took it off, had my Husker stuff, took the picture. I was actually me laying on the buffalo, like they have a big bronze buffalo out there, and I laid on it with my number 1 finger, and then I put my sweatshirt on real quick.
Just
So I
cover it
didn't
up.
get- I didn't get yeah.
That's a good idea.
That was fun. Yeah, I'm not sure what we've done it. Ben did it in front of Arrowhead Stadium too.
Yeah.
So when we were down there,
Yeah.
we did that. So a few places. It's just kind of tradition now.
It's really fun. If you, these people are still coming too. By the way,
I'm telling you, this is big time here.
Is it FFA time? Is that what it is?
Maybe
I don't know what the FFA. I always forget what that is.
What's FFA anyway?
We
Future
have-
Farmers of America.
we have
Come
talked
on.
about it on our show. We had a guest that talked about FFA.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe. I don't know if anybody knows because now they're carrying like gallon. This one looks like milk, 2 gallons of milk. There was a guy carrying 2 that had juice in it too. So it's just interesting. We're just going to talk about what we see on the street today for our show.
Isaac texted in said that's a fantastic thing to do. We should all start doing that at away stadiums.
Yeah, it's
Just
really
throwing
it's
the
a fun
bones.
tradition.
Right in front of the logo.
It's fun to tour other campuses too. It just is interesting. None of them are as cool as ours, where you can go in through that gate and
Yeah,
the
you
field.
can't really see much. You have to
I know.
peek in and just barely see. It's not like at Memorial Stadium where you can go in and just see the entire stadium, which is
if you've
really,
never
really awesome.
gone down to the stadium off season, it's gate 23, I think. That's usually open, and
Yeah.
you can go into the stadium. And it's blocked off to a degree. You can't get on the field or
Right.
anything, but it's really cool to go in there and just like take a look around the empty stadium. It's cool.
It's nice. Nobody's messed it up either. If you really wanted to, you could figure
Yeah,
out
and
ways to get
sometimes
in, but
it's
nobody
closed,
does
but
it,
You
which
could
is
jump
nice.
a gate and get into the stands. I mean,
Yeah.
you could,
You
but
could.
But people don't, which is nice.
I know.
It
It's just really
allows
cool.
it to keep it open for
Yeah,
access.
and there
'cause
was-
people aren't acting like
If you have a
knuckleheads.
little kid, they'll think that's
there
so
was
cool.
one time, I don't even remember if we had the show or not, but we were down doing some Pokemoning down at Memorial Stadium, and this older,
Fun fact.
older couple they were up by the doors and they were in the front.
They were just walking around.
Yeah, and they asked if we knew how they could get in because
or something. We struck up conversation.
Yeah, they travel. They're in a motorhome and they travel around the country and they've gone to all these different stadiums and
that's cool.
They just live out of their motorhome, and so we felt like just amazing people because we took them.
We're like, check this out.
We took them right over to that gate. They've walked. They're like, wow, you don't ever see this at any stadium. They were just like mesmerized by how accessible it was.
Yeah, you really don't.
Then I took a picture of them, and yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Very cool.
Well, so we don't talk a lot of NBA, but I woke up this morning and I got on Twitter, and people were tweeting out like this, like, how do you ruin a franchise in 5 minutes? Like I was like, what is happening? And so then I went to ESPN to look because I couldn't see on my Twitter feed like what actually happened, and saw that Luka Doncic got traded from the Mavericks to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, and then a bunch of players I don't know who they are, except I do know who Markieff Morris is because he played for Kansas. But other than that, I don't really know who the rest of these players are. And a 2029 draft pick. That's just so stupid about NBA trades. They're like, we're going to trade you like 5 draft picks and you're in the 2029, like 4 years from now. What are your thoughts? You're like more of an NBA guy than me. I did see the Rockets had a little bit of a stinker last night. Like they've been playing so well, and then they lost to the Brooklyn Nets. Like
that's how it goes.
By like 20 some points. I was like, I think they just took the day off or something.
If you're like one of the best teams in the NBA that year, those are the teams you'll lose to. I'll never forget, like, because I was really big watching the Lakers a lot because Kobe was getting towards the end of his run, and I actually think it was the year towards ACL. Or I can't remember if it was ACL, but nonetheless, there was a horrible Lakers team, and that was the team that actually beat that Warriors that only ended up having like 6 losses on the entire year.
Yeah.
So like, you get stuff like that where that was a horrible team that had no business winning that game, and sure enough, they found a way. As far as this trade goes,
what are your thoughts on this? Like, I've kind of read a little bit about.
I don't like the argument of the Mavs about saving money. Like, I get you're gonna have to pay Luka, but when you find something like that, I am always so hesitant to just ship it away. And I don't believe like you can't win with Luka in Dallas. To me, that's BS. Like,
weren't they just in the finals like last year or 2 years ago?
Would have been. Is that a couple of years ago? One is the year they beat the Phoenix Suns. I'd have to go back and try to remember that one. But yeah, I don't know. It's great for the Lakers. Like, if you're the Lakers, that's a home run. I didn't think AD with just kind of the lineup they had. It's not that AD isn't a good player. It just wasn't fitting there. Plus injury prone. You never really know with him, even though he has been playing healthy. This makes a ton of sense for the Lakers because Luke is ball dominant. That lets LeBron be more of a playmaker, and you can rest him. He is like, what, 40? So
yeah, 40, 41. And it's kind of like your future star, right? For when LeBron moves on.
Well, they always said AD was the next future star.
And 32 years old, right?
Yeah, LeBron always was like saying that, like setting that up. And I was always like, there's no way that, like, once LeBron's done, they're not going to try to build, like, maybe they try to build around AD, but I never thought
they got Bronny.
Well, guess what? They're making, they got to put a new seat in there. So someone's getting shipped down to the G League, and he'd be my first guess. Actually, I think they did. He played a good G League game. They brought him up, and then he immediately played bad again. So I think he got shipped back down. But the Lakers are going to be good. Do you think they championship contender now? I'm still not.
I couldn't tell you one other player on their team besides Luka and LeBron. So that's how much I pay attention to all these other teams. They're outside of my own team. I know they're like in the
fifth in the West, right?
Fifth or sixth.
Yeah.
Yep. I looked at the standings. Houston's still sitting in second, despite their loss.
Bulls are catching a little bit of fire right now.
I don't think I know one player on the Bulls roster.
It's back a little bit, right? Because Lonzo Ball is healthy now.
Well, I know him. Yes.
Yeah, so like, he's actually out there playing a lot. And Zach LaVine, he's still out there. Obviously, DeMar DeRozan's out there on the Kings now. Alex Caruso's on the OKC Thunder. You maybe know Kobe White.
It's just
Ayo Dosunmu, remember him from Illinois, who played us.
Nope.
He balled out versus Nebraska. Ayo Dosunmu, he's a native. I think he's a Chicago. He might be either an Illinois native or just a Chicago native. But he went off versus us in that conference play when we had K-State Tominaga, and Illinois knocked us off.
Oh, last year.
Yeah, he's
right?
Or
in
no,
the semis. In the
no,
semifinals.
I'm not mixing that up. Not Casey. It was a few years back.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay.
I was past. I think he's at least a few years into the league now. But great play from Illinois. No, I mean, they're okay. The Bulls aren't going to do anything. It's just nice not to see them lose every night.
Yeah, I've been like I like all these players. Like I just don't know. I mean, I probably couldn't tell you 10 players on Big Ten rosters.
It's going to get harder too.
Outside of Nebraska. Like I know, I'm still like trying to learn all their players because everybody's new, but that's just going to the same thing. It's like, it's just a little different because guys aren't there for 3-4 years.
That's going to get harder
too.
too.
You just don't know the players. Like you look at the women's game, like Alexis Markowski, year 4, right? You grow up like watching her and seeing her develop and and same with Iowa with all their players, and Caitlin Clark's there 4 years. Like you get to know these players. They're not just one and done or everybody's transferring everywhere. So it's just kind of, I don't really watch a lot of college basketball till March gets here. That's why I just don't know a lot of the players. Then I try to watch the NBA draft and I don't really know anybody because they're all foreign players.
That's what I was going to say. Like you look at the draft, there's like, I think 5 or maybe like 5 of the top 7 were from France.
Yeah,
France had I don't know what France has been cooking up lately, but they got some players coming down the pipeline. So there's also that part. Like I got to learn about this new guy, who's this guy from Serbia named Jokic. Well, now I know it really well, but every year there's new guys like that. Just
and he was drafted in the second round
during a Popeyes commercial. I can't remember.
Yeah. So I know it takes so long for these guys to develop and get to where who they are, and you don't see them in college. Like heck, you go in the NFL draft and we know every single player that's drafted in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think that's my mind takes up so much football stuff.
Well, football's easier.
It's just not a room.
Digest too. Like, because I'll say this, like when it comes to football, NFL, they do a really good job about it. It's a very serious league. You're not going to say LeBron plays in the NFL instead and he's the quarterback and his son also plays quarterback and he goes to some school and he doesn't really play that well at said school and that's power 4 level. But just because of that, Bronny still gets him drafted because
that doesn't happen.
And then, not only that, he actually gets to go play and actually get some reps. Like that is never happening in the NFL.
No, it's not.
There's part of that to me as well. Like the NFL always has done a better job of taking itself more seriously than the NBA. NBA's got a lot more sideshow antics to it. Like you see that with the offseason too. Like the way they propose trades and all that is just, the NBA is almost like in love with how much players get moved around now because it just creates so much buzz constantly.
Well, in that contract extension that he was supposed to get, I'm pretty sure was like 5 years, $345 million.
Luka, yeah.
That I mean, gosh, what do you think Jordan would get paid today? Like $100 million a season? I mean, that is just it's maddening.
I can't remember who was having this conversation, but I wonder if it ever gets to the point where we get $1 billion contract.
Well, baseball has them, right? I thought didn't.
Oh yeah, I'm talking NBA though.
Oh, NBA, yeah.
Well, baseball, yeah, that's a good point.
NBA has those like you can only don't sign them for 4 or 5 years though. Where baseball, you can just do whatever you want. 20-year deal for $2 billion.
Yeah, like you're the Yankees and you got the bankrolls for it.
Yeah,
like you're gonna beat the market and get them in a long-term deal.
Yeah, and lock them up for a long time. So I think NFL is just, I don't know, to me, it's a year-round sport. I know listening to the drive, Raph was sad because there's only one game left. And it is sad.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about that.
It's more sad because the weekends are a little boring now. So, like, I know today, like, Nebraska women play at 11. Nebraska men play at 6:30. There's all these basketball
games. It's gonna be nice
now.
outside.
It's gonna be nice.
Take our dog for a walk.
Well, I know, but that's not fun as watching NFL.
College basketball has been weird
Is
this
it not
year.
as fun as watching the Bears lose on a Hail Mary or miss field goals? Or it's not that fun?
I mean, maybe it is more fun than that. But speaking of the Bears, did you see that Eric Bieniemy is our new running back coach? Did you see that?
I did not see that. When that sneaked through the radar?
Yeah, yesterday it was announced.
Man, yesterday was full of great news.
He's our running back coach, not OC. I mean, is he not?
That's like he seems incredibly overqualified for that, but I am happy to have him.
Is that not the best running back coach of all time? I mean, it's crazy how he went from the Chiefs to Washington to UCLA and then fired at UCLA, which is crazy.
Yeah, I don't get I thought UCLA with Deshaun Foster. I thought it was like an excellent move for Deshaun Foster. Like, I'm new at this. Let's surround myself with some guys that have been around, know how to do it. And you saw that versus us.
He carved.
Their offense looked awesome versus us.
Eric Bieniemy ran circles around Tony White.
It was probably, I will say this, it was probably the one game where I thought Tony White got outcoached the most, because UCLA was not better talent wise, but they were just everything we were doing. They had an answer for defense. It was incredible. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. You just made my day, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Our running back coach is Eric Bieniemy.
That's the
head coach Ben Johnson. This is
your defense.
What do you think about the OC and DC hires?
So the offensive coordinator, like, it's really not a huge deal because he's not calling plays, right? So the offensive coordinator is this 28-year-old whiz kid, apparently, from Declan Doyle, which I had never heard of before.
New to me.
I texted and maybe Raph can give us some insight on this, because he was the tight ends coach at Denver. And he also coached with Sean Payton in New Orleans. So when he was 23, 24, I'm not sure what position he coached down there, but he thought so highly of him that he brought him to Denver to be on his staff. And if Sean Payton thinks you're a good offensive mind and hires you, then that's a good endorsement for me. But he's not going to be calling plays.
No, but the DC.
Oh, the D. Well,
I'm a big fan. Allen?
Absolutely. Dennis Allen could be not saying he's as good as Steve Spagnuolo, obviously, but he could be a Steve Spagnuolo type, where he's already been a head coach 2 times, one in Vegas, one in New Orleans, and he probably just doesn't want to do the rigmarole for the 3rd time, right?
No.
So he could stay there and coach the defense, and Ben Johnson be like, listen, you take this. You're a head coach. You can do this, and I'm going to focus on, developing Caleb Williams. And so I think it's great.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic for
it. Little teeny controversy with Declan Doyle, because that I've seen some people tweet about, just because he's the son of Chris Doyle, who was the strength coach at Iowa that got released back in 2020.
Yeah,
okay.
I know the story well.
And then you remember Urban Meyer hired him for the strength coach for Jacksonville.
I forgot about that.
For one day.
Everybody was like, what the hell are you doing, Urban
One
Meyer?
day. And he resigned the very next day. Because there's so much backlash.
Wild move from Meyer, thinking that one's no, especially in that point in time. Yes. At that point in time, it was
still right there.
I'm not telling everybody to pick sides or whatever, but it was a hot environment. Anybody in that hemisphere, it was you're gonna be careful. And for Urban Meyer to bring him on that was insane.
Yeah. So I saw some people, you can't. Yes, the father did this. That doesn't mean the son's the same way or thinks the same way.
That's not fair to do.
I know. It's
Twitter will do it, but we won't.
Twitter, yes, the cesspool that is Twitter and people's comments and stuff. But so that's really the only, listen, the little controversy, but
there's some more controversy. One I don't really want to get into. I'm sure your son knows it all too well. That one's a crazy story.
Yeah.
Okay. This is so Ben was walking through the mall.
So famously, Ben is a Ravens fan, and Justin Tucker has had some allegations.
Yes.
Come to light
walk around
over the
eggshells
week.
on it.
Yeah. However, so he's walking through the mall. He's wearing a Baltimore beanie. He bought one that said back-to-back division champs or whatever. No kids, right? And some random person says, going to massage parlor?
Yep, knew it.
Yeah.
The random person.
It's over.
And Ben he just kept walking. I was crying. I thought, I was like, oh my gosh, here in Lincoln, Nebraska, you're getting cracks about that. But
Come on.
I know. But anyway, yeah. So
people, gross.
The kids are not happy about this.
No, that's terrible. That's one that it sucks, because if you were a fan of that fan base, whatever it's true or not true, it's over.
Ben has his jersey.
Yeah.
Ben has his jersey.
Oh no.
I know.
He can't ever wear that jersey.
He's not gonna want. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to either.
He's like wearing a Deshaun Watson jersey.
Yeah.
Come on, you can't.
It's just
it's disappointing. Ben's disappointed.
The kids are disappointed. They're just cut him. And when we thought, well, maybe this is why he was sucking all season, right?
Yeah,
Why?
I know.
Well, because he had a lot of
Well, I know, but
behind the
this was
scenes.
going on for a long time, apparently. So I don't know.
Well,
He
I
just
know.
decided to get a conscience this
no,
year.
no, he
Maybe
knew it.
the-
He
it was
knew
getting
Well,
hot.
I know, maybe.
he knew it was
but-
coming out
Yeah.
eventually.
Which, I think all of it. He put the only thing he put out on Twitter was like, is a big paragraph. And I'll say this, too soon for me. If you're
Well, I
comparing to
mean,
something like that,
right.
and the disabled comments. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
You put out a something and turn off comments. I mean, I don't know.
it's almost like that.
That's not taking accountability.
It's almost like that draft is just like, because it was.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of I was like, well, that was, that just think that quickly. I was like, man, you're a hell of a writer.
Yeah.
You're ready.
Yeah,
Right.
no.
Yeah. I don't
But
think
so that was a pretty, not good in our
No,
house. They
it's
were
been a
they
bummer.
were bummed about it. It wasn't, they were like justifying or, oh, it's fine. Like they're just like,
Yeah.
this
Who
is-
broke the news? Was it
Ben
Ben
message.
in our
Ben's the one
family
who
group
said it.
chat?
He
He
Yeah.
broke the news to the family.
I knew it was in our family group chat. I just couldn't remember if it was you or him that broke the news.
I know. Well,
We're
Zay
just like,
Flowers had a little issue pop up last year with some charges, and I mean, they were dropped and nothing really came of it. But
Yikes.
I mean, I tell Nicole, like, nobody's accusing me of doing anything in a massage parlor, right?
Right.
Because I'm not,
Yeah.
and I'm never in a position like
No.
nobody's throwing my name out. I mean, maybe they will now, but I don't know. But anyway, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No.
you're not gonna have all that stuff happen if something didn't happen.
Right.
Well,
Yes.
it's always like the one source, two source, three source.
Right.
Right.
You keep
No.
naming sources,
Here
the
we go.
more I scowl. I'm like,
Becomes
okay.
a pattern.
Yeah.
Yes. it's
Then I saw
clearly a
some fun.
pattern.
There was some funny, like pictures, like Browns trade for Tucker.
Yeah, a lot of that, which is.
Yikes.
you
But
know?
hey, and
Mean?
the put the pin on all of this because we do got to throw the break
Yeah.
here. I did
Yeah.
say, the NFL takes itself as a serious league. Sometimes
I know.
not. There's some people that, the punishments. It's like you can do some
Yeah.
bad stuff and go continue to play
Oh,
ball
yeah.
without a whole lot of punishment. So
Yeah.
there's certain, which again,
I think that
The
is
whole
a
Justin-
culture that
yeah.
needs to change.
with the whole
but,
Justin Tucker stuff, I'm not saying the NFL should cut him because I don't think anybody has a definitive answer on it, but
yeah,
there has been cases
There
before
should
where I
still
thought the
be-
NFL should have done something.
right. There still should be some type of repercussions.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If I do that,
Professionally.
there's no way,
Right.
and hell DP's keeping me around.
Right.
That's the face of the company.
Right.
Yes.
No
like,
other
if you-
business outside
Yeah.
of sports does this happen.
And it's okay.
All right. Well, we are actually going to talk about some health.
You say
And
that
wellness.
every time.
Well, I just want
we
people
go
to
to
know.
break.
So Nicole and I finished up Whole 30 on Wednesday. Our Tuesday was our last day. We want to go over some results that we saw, some scale results, body fat percentage, non-scale victories. She has some really interesting stuff with her Aura Ring for sleep and all that type of things. So we're going to kind of recap that. So stay with us here, 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Ready to spruce up your space? No matter what project is on your list, you can check it off at the Nebraska Builders Home and Garden Show, February 7th through the 9th at the Sandhills Global Event Center. With over 200 businesses under one roof, you'll find the latest in home innovations and experts to handle your dream projects. Admission is just $10, and children 12 and under are free. For more information, visit the Home and Garden Show online at hbal.org.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently. Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Attention Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Let me introduce y'all to my canes. We got chicken fingers. They hit the spot, baby. Fries are golden crispy, Texas toast crunchy, and they cane sauce creamy rich. One love.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. So Nicole and I just got done doing a program called Whole 30. So just want to give you guys kind of a background of what it is and why we decided to do it. I know we sometimes whenever we're talking about like, oh, maybe I'm going to try this, and we're always like, why don't we just do the Farrell's meal plan?
Well, I could. I just did it because you and our daughter and her boyfriend wanted to do it. So
Okay.
I just did it along with you guys.
So Nicole,
but-
tell the listeners like what is Whole 30, what it's designed for. Go ahead. You know a little bit more about it than I do.
Yeah. So it's basically an elimination diet. When you tell someone you're doing Whole 30 and you talk about what you can't eat, because on Whole 30, you can't have dairy or legumes like peanuts, beans. So you can't have dairy, no beans, no gluten, no grains, really.
No grains.
No added or refined sugar. I think that's it, right? The things you can't have.
No dairy, no grains, no sugar. Yeah, I mean,
No
pretty
added
much.
sugar. Okay, I have a list right here. Add no added sugar, no alcohol, which is the easiest part of Whole 30 for us. Grains, legumes, dairy, no baked goods, pasta, cereal.
Well,
chips.
yeah, because that we all know that
Right.
has stuff in it.
You're not supposed to weigh yourself.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Right. And you're also not supposed to like log your food. Like it's not you don't have a macro goal. You don't have like a goal of calories to eat. So it really is just, it's called, so when you tell people what you can't have, then most people are like, well, what do you eat? Like there's a lot you can eat. You just eat whole foods. That's why it's called Whole30.
Yes,
So,
it's fruits, it's vegetables, it's
Probably a lot of protein. You're just eating steaks
Yep.
a lot.
yeah, lots of, you
Yep.
can have lots of meat. We had fish quite often, shrimp, we had cod most weeks,
Yeah.
chicken, lots of chicken.
potatoes.
You can have potatoes.
Just make it like almost carnivore, not like full on carnivore. I'd get other stuff in there.
I
That'd be
mean,
the easiest
it's
way
like
to go.
the base of it is really because like we had Jeff almost every day had made himself a little like smoothie with orange juice and frozen
lot of carbs in that.
orange juice and frozen strawberries, kind of a little whip for a little dessert. But
Yeah.
That sounds good.
So
It
your
was,
yeah,
yeah, I
your
mean, it's
your
refreshing.
Your carbs come from fruits, vegetables, and potatoes, basically.
luckily we can have potatoes. There was original version of Whole30 where you couldn't have potatoes. That one was rough because did we do it or if we did it
No,
when you couldn't have potatoes?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I've done it now. The main point of it is like an elimination diet to try to find allergies, right?
Yeah,
So,
like intolerances you might have because those are the most inflammatory food items or whatever food groups that can be inflammatory for some people.
right,
We don't think they are for us. but
No. The
Good to
and
find out though.
yeah,
Especially
that's
'cause we
really
have-
what it is. And then after the 30 days, because that's what the 30 part is, you do it for 30 days. After the 30 days, there's this whole reintroduction process that we don't ever do. But so for the reintroduction, you're supposed to, it takes 10 days to reintroduce everything. So you like have dairy one day and then you go back to the Whole30 diet for a couple days. And
Right.
then you have beans and then you go back to the Whole30 just to see how those things affect you. And actually, I was surprised because we finished on Tuesday, and so Wednesday we were able to have like I had dairy right away for breakfast, and I was surprised I didn't have any reaction to anything. Because sometimes if I go gluten free and I don't eat gluten for a while, like even just on accident, and then I eat something that has gluten in it, like my hands get kind of itchy. It goes away once.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that. So I was surprised by that.
yeah, for me, the main thing was like I've done this a few times, and when I do it, it's usually because like my mind is in a place that I'm just kind of out of control, eating just
Like
whatever.
Casey sounds good every other day.
Yes, but and to kind of cleanse my brain of added sugars.
It's a good nutritional reset, but it's
Yes.
not something that you just do on a whim because it takes a lot of planning.
Yeah, it takes a lot
I
of planning.
complained about it the whole time.
Well, anytime you're healthy eating, it's more cooking at home, planning
all
your
cooking
meals.
at home.
Yeah, a lot of dishes and
lot of
So
dishes.
many dishes.
never get a break from it either.
Which
Every day.
Jeff did the majority of the dishes because I did the majority of the cooking. So
That's
we
fair.
kind of divided that
Yeah,
labor
we had-
unspokenly.
And when people ask, well, what do you eat? Well, I always started off my day with I had, because I can't have like the protein we really like to have is from Nutrition Authority. It's called Max Pro. That's the protein we've been using for
Before we even
14 years
Yeah.
now.
back in Iowa.
But it has some sugar in it.
And it's whey. It's whey
And
protein.
It's whey
You
protein.
can't have
So we were doing collagen protein. So I'd have, well, I started to like have like 2 cups of spinach and a cup of kale. So serving of kale, serving of spinach, and I just drink it in like 10 seconds with the protein shake. So that's how I started my day. 3 cups of vegetables right out of the gate.
I don't know how you do that.
3:30 in the
upsets
morning.
my stomach to have that on an empty stomach, all those greens. Even though you're not. I think drinking them is actually harder on my stomach.
Oh, yeah.
I think your body's just adapted to like it does very well with liquid form.
Absolutely.
He's gonna.
I'm
he's
preparing
gonna-
for when I'm 90 and I can't eat. I just have to drink everything out of a straw. At the nursing home, they'll come in and be like, "What do you want today, Mister? Oh, can you blend up some cottage cheese
We
and
talk
an
about
apple?"
this because our daughter
I just need
works
to
at
drink it.
Bryan, and she
Yes.
takes food orders for patients that are it's called dysphagia, and they have to like have their food at varying levels
Yep.
of pure,
Yeah.
whatever, liquefied. And so we've joked about that you're
You're ready.
You would fit right in.
Yeah. So I
Can
would
you
have
just
that.
blend me up a chicken breast?
And then I would have 4
You don't
eggs,
do that, but-
4 eggs, 4 pieces of bacon, sugar-free bacon, almost every morning.
Does bacon have sugar on it?
You have to buy special bacon.
Really?
It's cured
That's
in
the
sugar.
other thing about Whole30, because you have to look at labels and you would be shocked the amount of sugar that is in things that should not have sugar in them.
Like
But
for example, there's a barbecue sauce that it's called what's the
Primal Kitchen is the
I was gonna
brand.
say Primeval.
I know.
Because we just watched this show on Netflix, American Primeval, which
No.
is 6 episodes, is really good.
Primal Kitchen.
Primal Kitchen. So I wanted, because eating a lot of chicken, like normally I'd be dipping it in potatoes and there's butter in there, or I'd have
Queso.
queso, or I mean just stuff that you can't have on Whole30. So got some sugar-free barbecue sauce, which wasn't really that bad. I didn't put a lot in it. So I'd put it in, I have like 6 ounces of chicken breast, and I put a little bit of the barbecue sauce and eat it. So we're at the store, the Super Saver, and I'm like, well, let me just look at the barbecue sauce that I would normally eat. We go to get barbecue sauce. I'm getting like honey hickory smoke,
Right.
Kraft
Obviously.
or whatever they are. First ingredient, high fructose corn syrup. So in that barbecue sauce, the number 1 ingredient is high fructose corn syrup.
Sugar, basically, which is sugar.
Where are you guys on that? Should we just get rid of that?
It's
Or is
not
that
good.
like
I
something
don't know.
that is
I think it's fine
necessary?
in moderation. The problem is it's all highly palatable fruit foods that it's in, so it's really easy to overdo it. So just like anything,
I can't remember.
just
Was-
like diet soda. Like I don't think diet soda is bad, but I also don't think you should be drinking a 12-pack a day.
yeah,
of diet
right.
soda.
Which you know what's crazy?
You
I've
know.
figured out. What do you guys take a wild swing? What the average consumption of Coke is in Mexico right now? The average consumer.
Why Mexico?
I was looking it up the other day because we
Yeah.
were figuring out what it was. And I was talking to my friends yesterday. We're watching
Mhm.
Duke Nukem, and we're somehow gotten the subject of soda and some
Yeah.
of our addictions.
Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah.
somehow got in the category of someone brought up how crazy it is in Mexico.
Well, yeah, because Coke. We've talked about this. on
Yeah,
the show.
Coca-Cola's got a stronghold there.
Yes, they do. They whatever. They're in the schools. They do a lot of like
Mhm.
stuff. So I don't know, three a day. Is that what you said?
2.2 liters.
2.2 liters a day
2.2 liters
per person.
per person.
Wow, that's
That's
shocking.
what I'm saying. I'm like, and then you look at the
I was thinking like 3
obesity
12-ounce cans.
epidemic, and then
Yeah.
you see how
Oof.
Mexico's catching up. Like soda is a danger, and
It
that's why I
is.
asked about the high fructose corn syrup, because that
Yeah.
stuff apparently is just
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's highly palatable, so it's easy to.
Most of the sugar.
And you're having it in things like barbecue sauce that aren't. I mean, yes, you would if you made barbecue sauce at home, you'd put honey or something in it, a sweetener, but you wouldn't think it's the number 1 ingredient.
Number 1.
I don't know. That's crazy.
Number 1 ingredient.
Yeah.
And sugar is like it's like a drug, right?
Kind of.
Y-
But
you-
food is in general too.
Right. But most of the stuff that you binge eat
Yeah.
has sugar in it.
And sugar also becomes like it's easy for sugar to become a conditioned response. I mean, they've done tests on like rats with, where they have like access to sugar water and they have to push a button to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
like it became more of the routine of it. And so it became a conditioned response to go to it, And so that is, I always say that I remind myself a lot of that because there's so many things that we do in our lives that are conditioned responses. And so if you think about Jeff, when you worked on the road, you went into a gas station, you were conditioned to get your Mountain Dew, your Reese's Pieces,
Yep.
and your Fritos.
Yep.
Right.
All
Like,
carbs.
that became
My
a
carb meal.
conditioned response where you would do it and not even think about it so I try to remind myself that sometimes too. Like I am not a lab rat. Like stop conditioning myself to
Mhm.
continue to go to something, even if you don't really want it. That's what like Andrea, when we had her on a couple weeks ago, she said she found herself like eating peanut butter cups. And as she's eating them, she's like, I don't even want these, but it's a conditioned response because it's there. And so
And
that's
it's the
what,
sugar
yeah,
that you're.
that's the problem with sugar.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Like
We're not demonizing sugar, but
Yeah,
it
no,
is something you have to watch the moderation of. For
right,
sure.
and it's the one thing that you, like I said, you go after more.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like I found it interesting. Like right before we started this, so I usually will have like I like having cereal. So if people are like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm like, I'll tell a lot of our members this. I have hard time getting my carbs in. I'm like, well, I will have a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, but I measure it out like 1 or 2 cups, and you get like 40, 50 grams of carbs right there.
Not on Whole30.
Not on Whole30, just when I'm doing my regular meal plan. And I am very content with 1 bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios. Like I will eat it.
Satisfied?
I'll get, I do 1 cup of milk. So I'll eat it and then I'm good. I'm like, wow, I'm very content. We got some crunch berries. 3-4 bowls.
It's gone in like 2 days.
I can't stop. I'm like, this is so good. I need more. There's milk at the bottom of my bowl. I need to put more in. Like
that was me. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah,
So addictive.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch had a hold on our house for probably 5 or 6
and a
years.
box would be gone in a day.
And it's probably the unhealthiest cereal you can possibly get.
It's not the unhealthiest, actually, but it is really the best tasting.
It is so good. I don't know what would beat it, but
I know.
But that
so
just
good.
goes to show, like, you're gonna, like Nicole always says, like, if you eat an apple, you're not gonna be like, ooh, I want another apple. But if you eat a Hershey Kiss, yeah, give me another one.
Right.
Oh, I need another one.
Or a candy bar.
Or
Like
a
if
candy
someone
bar.
gave you a Snickers bar and then they said, "Here, could you eat another Snickers? You want another Snickers?" You would eat it. You could eat it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
yes,
eat
I'll
an
take it.
apple and then be like, "Man, I could really go for another apple."
No, you're like, I'm good.
That's
I'm
the
good.
difference between refined sugar and
I got to get those
real
good
sugar.
foods. That's why
Yeah.
you guys saying earlier, but
Fructose.
the fish, that's a good one. And even the Whole30, I always think like not carnivore because that's so hard to do, but
No,
I do
and
think
it's
because if
not
you eat like a
healthy.
steak, it's really hard to just being like, you know what, I'm gonna have 3 more steaks.
I know,
Like,
right?
you feel full.
It
after-
has everything in it to
but if-
keep you full.
Yeah, but if you're eating pasta, you can throw
I
down
know,
bowl
yeah.
after bowl of pasta. It's weird. That's why I'm always a big fan of like
Real food.
more of the fish is really good too, but that stuff just seems to actually fill you up.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's what Whole30 is.
and back to my eating.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
So
Your day.
I would also have like just a big glass of orange juice. So
At some point in the day, right? Or with your breakfast.
with my breakfast.
Okay.
Yep. So I got a lot of protein, a lot of carbs. I didn't
So
really.
it's not restrictive
Yeah, no. Like you could eat.
beyond the things you can't.
Yeah. So I wasn't logging food. Then for lunch is where we would always get a little creative. Like
Mhm.
Nicole would make some good soups, like the soup that had the cod in it, some shrimp. We would get a couple rotisserie chickens, shred them up. I would have a big bowl of rotisserie chicken with my barbecue sauce, and then I would make some fries in the air fryer, our own fries with a real potato. Yep, cut them up
fries.
into fries. Little olive oil sometimes with some seasoning. And seasoning's another thing. Like you really got to look at the label
A
because
lot of
there's
seasonings
sugar
you can't have.
Really?
in
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yep,
Oh yeah.
sugar and seasoning.
But no way, it makes that much like if it's seasoning.
Yeah, there's
you
a
get
lot of things that you can't have because they have sugar in them. I don't
Yeah.
know. That you are using in a savory dish. But that's the thing, because they use the sugar to balance out the salt. Like they, the flavors to balance each
Right.
other out. So
Right.
if you're using a seasoning that has sugar in it, but it's for a savory dish, probably has a lot of sodium in it, and they're just trying to balance that out.
Yeah.
So like we made what did I make? Oh, we made chili. So I had to make like our own chili seasoning, which is fine.
It was good.
It was still good. Taco seasoning, because that usually has sugar in it.
Like there was
or
one
wheat. A
one
lot
meal
of
we
those have
had
wheat in
where I
it.
had like, so you can get most hot dogs will have sugar also cured in sugar. Like you
yeah.
just can't get an Oscar Mayer beef hot dog because there's sugar in it in the ingredient list.
I guess I didn't look.
Yeah, that's why we get the.
I know. I just got the Whole30 approved one.
Yeah, I mean, so I had a
We
bowl.
only had
I
hot
had
dog
like
once,
chili dogs. I had like 4 hot dogs. Like, wow, seems like you're gluttony over there.
It was. That was ridiculous. I didn't even think those were very good.
No,
Chili dogs,
they
you can- the hot dogs are a tough one. I'm just saying, hot dogs, you can
Yeah.
eat like 6 hot dogs.
I know.
Well, and the ones that
We
I-
only had those the one day.
yeah, just one day, but it was like
it was like a treat. It was like
felt
our
like
Sunday
a
meal.
cheat meal or
it
something.
was. That's. I mean, in our head.
But we'd have turkey and so when we'd have mashed potatoes. Nicole made her own chicken nuggets with like, cut up little pieces of chicken, and then you could have like some corn flour or what
No,
kind
it
of
was
almond
just
flour or something like that.
Yeah, no, it was like, but it was, it was gluten-free breadcrumbs
Yeah.
basically with compliant ingredients.
So we'd have that and mashed potatoes. So it was like we were eating good, and our daughter too. She
because our daughter and her boyfriend did
she'd
it.
make a steak and she comes in and is eating a steak. She's just like, this is so good. Like
The food
everything
is
we're
good.
eating tastes really good.
Yeah.
It's
I like
just,
to cook.
Yeah,
and,
it's just planning.
Yeah, it takes a lot of planning,
And-
a lot
and-
of dishes, and just time.
It's like the planning part for me. Like
Yeah.
cooking's not hard, but it's when you show up home and you're like, what should I cook?
I know.
Then you just
And you have to cook.
But when you got an idea,
That's also why we get into bad habits.
In the last few days of it, we were just like,
I was fine the last 3
you were
days.
sick.
I was sick the week that I was sick earlier in the week.
Yeah, you were like kind of just didn't really want to eat.
Yeah,
much
I
at
didn't
all.
eat. I didn't eat a whole lot but that was the week before actually that I was sick.
Yeah, so we would have that, and then I'd always have a smoothie. So just, I mean, we were eating
And
good.
you kind of were doing intermittent fasting a little bit, like partly because you were eating like 4 eggs and 4 pieces of bacon.
I was so full after breakfast.
Right.
But,
Like you kind of front loaded all of your meals. You didn't really eat dinner most nights.
all right, well, we are up against the break. We're going to keep this conversation going. Stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket. Fitness
Why are some
Fanatics.
people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
The Jerky Bowl has kicked off at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska. From now until halftime of the big game, every online order gets you entered into their incredible giveaway. The grand prize is a 30-bag jerky sample pack, $225 value, while second place is a 15-bag sample pack, while third place is a Be Mine jerky box. Perfect for Valentine's Day. Order now at smokinggunjerky.com, and if you enter promo code EARLY, you'll not only get 10% off your order, but also be entered twice for the drawing. It's the Jerky Bowl at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Attention Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of 3.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Hello. Thanks.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh, wait. You already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. We just got a quick segment here. So after we wrapped up Whole 30,
you were irrational the last couple days, though. Like you were so over it.
I was a compulsive weigher.
And you're not supposed to do that.
I'll admit it. I told our members when we were doing our one-on-ones that I was not supposed to be weighing myself, because we tell our 10-week challengers, don't get on the scale. Whole 30 says, don't get on the scale.
Not supposed to.
And we didn't even do our initial, we did a body composition. We didn't do our initial one until day 3 of Whole 30, because it drives me nuts when I see like these commercials for weight loss products and stuff where they're like guaranteed to lose 5 pounds in 2 weeks or whatever. Yeah, because most times when you're starting on something, you're eating like your life was ending the day before you start,
or multiple days of last meals.
3. I mean, and I know
we started on a Monday.
Yep, started on a Monday.
And yeah, that Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, we had
us,
our pizza, our ice cream. We
was a little bit of a little off the rails.
I mean, I'm whipping peanut butter out by the knifefuls. I mean, like I was like that was it. Our lives were ending at midnight on Sunday.
So yeah, it's easy to lose 5 pounds.
Yeah, so we waited till day 3 because I wanted to get that initial, get all that stuff out of my system.
Yeah,
and I wanted it to be like a legitimate one.
Yeah.
So for me, I lost like 5-6 pounds like right away. And then for 3 weeks, I was literally the same. Exact same.
It's not about losing weight.
I know, but I've always been a person that can lose weight
on Whole 30. I don't.
Well, no, just like quick if I want to, right?
Okay, yeah. Well, not if you're eating 4 eggs.
Well, I know.
4 pieces
And
of
I
bacon.
was just like, I was just like, I complain about it. Like, what is the point? I haven't had a bad calorie in 30 days and I'm exactly the same. Well, and then on day 28, was the AFC NFC championship games. And I'm like, what? Let's just get pizza.
And
like,
it's funny too, because Whole 30 has this little calendar that tells you what to expect throughout the 30 days. And so like one is like, what's the one? Kill all the things. Like there's a like day 4 or 5, you just want to kill everything because you hate it. And then there's
day 1, 2 is like, oh, this isn't bad.
Yeah. 3, 4,
I
5
can do
is
this.
Kill all the things. And then like you get halfway through and it's called tiger blood because you feel really good.
And I have those feelings.
Yeah,
like,
I did too.
I feel,
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But so day 28 was when you wanted to just be like, it's fine.
It's
Let's just
close enough. This is ridiculous.
Day 28 on the calendar was 28's the same as 30, right?
So
we didn't.
Yeah. What was interesting was like I was about the same weight for 3 weeks. And then day 29 and day 30, I lost like 3 pounds.
Yeah, you started.
And had I got pizza like I wanted to on day 28, I wouldn't have seen that.
No.
And so anyway, my results, I did my body composition on day 30. I lost about 10 pounds. And then, but more importantly, my body fat percentage dropped 3.7%. So I lost 10 pounds of fat. Even though I was eating, some eggs and bacon, but I just wasn't eating. Sugar is the main thing for me because, no Oreos, no Sunday night ice cream at 6:30 when we're you just like 1,000 calories of sugar, then you just go to bed. And so when we come back here at the top of the hour, we just want to talk about. Our daughter lost 14 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't really able to do a body comp because our body comp was being all stupid for some reason. And then her boyfriend, Andy, lost 22 pounds.
Jeez.
And he's young.
He's young and he was eating very terribly.
Yeah.
So he's done it before, but yeah, he was eating terribly. I don't typically lose weight on Whole 30. We've done that before. But my weight stayed about the same, but I gained 2 pounds of muscle and I lost 3.6 pounds of body fat. So I was happy with that. My
Absolutely.
results are way more non-scale,
which we're
And
going to get into those.
We'll talk
which
about that.
These results, like because Nicole has an aura ring and tracks sleep and all that. We're going to get into this at the top of the hour, but
data, hardcore data.
Yes, the data that you cannot measure on the scale.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to get to coming up here at the top of the hour. So stay with us. This is some awesome stuff. 97 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics. We'll be right back.
Ready to spruce up your space? No matter what project is on your list, you can check it off at the Nebraska Builders Home and Garden Show, February 7th through the 9th at the Sandhills Global Event Center. With over 200 businesses under one roof, you'll find the latest in home innovations and experts to handle your dream projects. Admission is just $10, and children 12 and under are free. For more information, visit the Home and Garden Show online at hbal.org.
Early break.
Kevin says, the old days were absolutely not better times. Lots of hardships. Life in 2025 is better than ever.
Oh, I love when we get these jokes back. I love
Good joke, good
I love
one.
the joke. You're good one.
Good one, Kevin.
You're hilarious, Kevin. You keep it up.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The Jerky Bowl has kicked off at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska. From now until halftime of the big game, every online order gets you entered into their incredible giveaway. The grand prize is a 30-bag jerky sample pack, $225 value, while second place is a 15-bag sample pack, while third place is a Be Mine jerky box. Perfect for Valentine's Day. Order now at smokinggunjerky.com, and if you enter promo code EARLY, you'll not only get 10% off your order, but also be entered twice for the drawing. It's the Jerky Bowl at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Hey farmers, Boyd Farm Outfitters is hosting a product expo at their facility near Exeter on Tuesday, February 11th. They'll introduce the newest products from precision planting and demo the Quick Draw Spray Tender System. They'll give you an up-close look at the Green Eye Select spraying system, reveal the future of soybean traits, and much more. Stay up to date with the newest technologies in agriculture and learn how your farm can save time and money to become more efficient. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for more information, and they'll see you on the 11th.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome back in hour number 2, Fitness Fanatics. We are sponsored by Modern Woodmen of America. Founded in 1883, Modern Woodmen offers financial services and member benefits to individuals and families throughout the U.S. For more information, call Sean Erickson at 402-483-6515. Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures. Big shout out to them. We appreciate their support. Sean must have heard me do some public shaming last week.
Because we talked about it.
Oh.
Because I think someone had said,
someone said something to him. One
he
of our
said,
listeners.
Jeff was talking about me. I'm like, he does every week.
Yeah.
Said, I wonder when I'll see Sean again. Well, he had perfect attendance.
That's right. He was back at Farrell's, and we missed him. It was good fun talking sports and just our little guy powwow there at the 8:30 class. So if you want
to see him back,
if you want to come and work out with a legend of Modern Woodman, Sean Erickson.
That's right.
8:30 Monday through Friday at Yankee Ridge location. So big shout out to them. We appreciate their support. All right. So a lot of other benefits, we saw doing Whole30. It wasn't just about really wasn't about losing weight for me at all. I was trying to get my body fat percentage down, which I did lose 10 pounds of fat. So some things that we kind of recognize, and this really just can deal with eating healthy. So it's not Whole30.
Whole30 is not magic.
Yeah, it's not any type of meal plan out there. It's really just eating healthy meals and not going off the rails. So one of the best things for me that I felt like was Monday mornings, I felt fantastic.
Yeah.
Because our typical free day, which we're now switching our free day to Saturday, and go get and logging our food Sunday, which we'll log today. We had a great breakfast at home with some eggs and a little bit of sausage, like a little breakfast bowl that we made, and some orange juice.
I was going to say we made it, but you did crack the eggs.
I blended up the eggs. We had some eggs with some cottage cheese mixed in there. Some sausage, a little bit of cheese, and potatoes. So our own little breakfast bowl and some orange juice. It was very filling. And that's the spot where we could have like, hey, let's go to McDonald's and get some McGriddles but no, we had all the stuff at home and just didn't spend any money on breakfast. But I always felt really good Monday morning when I woke up. Just I felt fantastic. Because usually Sundays was our day of our pizza and ice cream, and what's interesting too is how, when you're cutting all that stuff out, at least for me anyway, it was kind of my mental shift. Like we like to get pizza and watch it during football. And we went through the entire playoffs, the whole month of January, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, the college football playoffs, the NFL playoffs. I mean, everything. No pizza for us.
Nope.
Next time, bust out Whole30 in week 1. That's tough. I'm impressed if you guys did it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yes. So
we would always try to do a little more of like a labor intensive dinner meal on the weekends.
Yeah.
So not like a free meal by any means. But yeah, that's where we would do like, you can make chili, but you can't have beans on Whole30. So we use chopped up sweet potatoes instead, which is really good actually. Sweet potatoes and chili instead of beans.
We typically would have.
There's nothing wrong with beans though. I like beans.
We would typically have a steak,
or we had chicken, like a turkey breast with mashed potatoes. So sometimes we'd just make a little more labor intensive meal on the weekends.
So yeah, that's one of my things was just how great I felt. Now I don't wear an Oura ring or anything that tracks my sleep or anything like that. I just know kind of how I felt in the morning. And you know how if you guys you eat really bad and you wake up and you're like, oh, I just don't really want to get up. like,
yeah. Have you ever done one? If you're really bad, wake up with heartburn.
Oh yeah.
At 23, I should never wake up with heartburn, and I've been there when I was 23. I've got that was I have to think. I think I was drinking too much soda. It was like a late night
Very
soda because I think that's a big one. Like if you drink a soda late at night,
it's
terrible.
literally acid in
Yeah.
your stomach.
So I think that explains a lot.
And then you lay down. Yeah.
That's definitely what it is because I never get heartburn anymore, and I drink a lot less Mountain Dew than I did before. So
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
we know these things happen, but
I do it anyway.
Yeah, right.
We do it anyway.
Right.
That we do that about everything. The consequences of our
So
actions.
kind of go over like what's your Aura Ring tracks and then some of the differences. So I'll kind of let you take over because you have all the data.
Yeah. So Aura Ring is a ring obviously that you wear, and so it's like a recovery tracker. So it tracks your activity too, but like it doesn't have like GPS capability, so you wouldn't be able to use it as like training for marathons and stuff like that, like a watch would. But it tracks way more than just like an Apple Watch or a Garmin, because it tracks plus you wear it when you sleep, and so it's just a lot less like. And I don't know, I don't like wearing my watch when I sleep. It's kind of annoying, so it's nice to have the ring. But it tracks your body temperature and your heart rate and your heart rate variability, which your heart rate variability is the variation in times between your heartbeats, which is like in milliseconds. It's really fast.
The optimal.
Optimal is high. So having a high heart rate variability is good. Having a low heart rate variability is bad. So it's basically your heart rate variability is the balance between like your parasympathetic and your sympathetic system. So your fight and flight and rest.
Oh,
and,
okay.
it's like the balance of those two.
Good night's rest. That's
Right.
balanced out. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So it basically measures how long you're in fight and flight and how long you're in like that recovery mode or whatever. That makes sense. That's like kind of a good way to explain it. But it into that rest and digest. So high is good. It can range anywhere from below 20 to over 200. So there's a big variability.
So below 20
in
is
milliseconds.
bad.
So yeah. Yeah. So
below 20s, like go to the emergency room.
I don't know.
Probably.
No,
that
that's
seems...
just normal. Normal
okay.
HRV can range anywhere from below 20 to over 200. And I don't pay attention to that other than it is part of a score that you get every day called your readiness score. But that's one of the things that it tracks. So it tracks your heart rate. It tracks your temperature, your body temperature. So it has this like called a symptom radar, which is interesting because the last full week of Whole30, so we finished on last Wednesday, but the week before I was not feeling well. I thought I was going to like be bronchitis because it was all in my chest and I just like would have trouble catching my breath and like burning and stuff. And it has a symptom tracker, and when I would wake up, it would give me a warning and be like, there are major signs of stress on your body. Yeah. Which I knew because I'm sick, but like, it was interesting.
It's
and
cool.
then
It picks it up though.
Yeah. It was very interesting to see. And I think because we were doing Whole30 and we were eating healthy food, I didn't feel great on Sunday. Didn't feel good on Monday. Tuesday was the worst day. Tuesday was like, you should go to the doctor. And I was like, well, I don't do that unless I think I'm going to die. And then I wait 2 days.
Yep.
So,
and if I don't die, then I'll go in.
Yeah. So I'm not one to just run to the doctor. I should, but I don't. But then by Wednesday, I was feeling better. And by Friday, I was fine. And so I think because I was eating better and my recovery was so much better, it helped with that. And so Monday, Tuesday, I had major signs of stress and that symptom radar that like, hey, you might be getting sick. And by Wednesday, it was minor, and then no more symptom radar, which I thought was interesting. Which you don't really need a ring to tell you that. Like, yeah, I knew I was sick, but
it's cool to know that it's actually working though.
Yes, yeah.
Because with some of those stuff, like, you just don't know if you're getting sold a gimmick or not.
Right. So that was really cool. I thought that was interesting. But so there are 3 scores that you get from your Oura Ring every day. You get a readiness score, a sleep score, and your activity score. Activity, and you get a score between like 0 and 100. And if you get over 85, you get a crown for the day. So
great job.
Yeah. You get a little crown. And I get my activity crown all the time because I exercise every day. So like I'm always get the activity crown is never anything that I'm striving to get. Sleep and readiness crowns, I don't get those very often. And so the readiness score, it shows how you're recovering basically. So the readiness contributors are your sleep. How did you sleep that night compared to normal? Your sleep balance. Am I getting enough sleep in the last 2 weeks? Previous day activity. So if you were super active, it takes that into account. Like it takes into account if you were super duper active, or if you were super sedentary, and your activity balance. So how much load is my body under from those activity levels? Because sometimes if I have a really busy, like high step day, it'll be like, maybe you should take it easy tomorrow because you did a lot today. I don't listen to that part, but you should. And so then it also checks your resting heart rate while you sleep, your HRV balance, the balance of that score, your body temperature, and then your recovery index, which it says on their thing, it says, after my heart rate reached my baseline, how many hours of recovery sleep did you get? Because it doesn't really count your sleep as recovery until you hit your lowest heart rate for the night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because like we were talking on break, like I noticed when we weren't doing Whole30, there would be a cutoff on Sundays. Like if we hadn't had ice cream yet by like 4, I was like, I probably shouldn't do this because it affects how I sleep when I eat ice cream like at night. And then my heart is just racing from all that sugar right before bed. So I don't like to do that. And so it'll know that because it'll be like, well, you didn't reach your lowest heart rate until, whatever. And it knocks your score. So that's what your readiness is. And then your sleep score is just like, obviously, did you get enough sleep? How long were you in bed, but were you actually sleeping during that time? It tracks your latency, which this one always cracks me up. So your sleep latency is how long it takes you to fall asleep. And so it will ding you if you fall asleep too fast, because then you were overly tired and you should have gone to bed sooner. And it'll ding you if it takes you too long to go to sleep. So like, what were you doing before you went to bed that was keeping you up? So you want your latency to be about, 10-15 minutes. But if it's like 3 minutes, it'll be like, you were too tired. You should have gone to bed 30 minutes early.
That seems like the hardest one to master.
Yeah, it is.
When am I actually tired?
Yeah. But the Oura Ring also gives you, based on your day's activity and your past sleep, it gives you a range of when you should be sleeping, when you should fall asleep. To get your optimal sleep, you should fall asleep within this like maybe 30 or 60 minute range. I'm not sure. And we usually naturally go to sleep during that time. It's like 7:30 to 8:30 for me because we're up early. So anyway, that's all that to say, when you get your score of 85 or higher, you get a crown. Activity crowns, super easy for me to get. So I went back November and December, and I can go back farther, but in December, like we all know, December, your schedules are off. There's like more temptations for foods that are not always available. And so you just eat a little worse in December. So I looked up December 1st and I was like, this is shocking how little amount of crowns I got in December. So I was like, maybe I should go back to November. Went back to November. The stats were exactly the same. So in November and December, guess how many readiness crowns I got, Jeff? Just throw out a number.
10.
3.
Okay.
For the whole month.
The 2 months.
6 total.
Oh, okay.
3 per month.
Okay.
3 per month of readiness where I got my crown, 85 or higher. So that usually it's in like the 70s. Okay. Sometimes it's even worse. When your readiness score is really bad, it'll be like, it's going to be okay, but you need to get your life together. It literally says it's going to be okay.
Those are like after a 10-week party.
Drinking is the biggest thing. The drinking is the number one thing that will tank my readiness score every time.
Because of all the
I'm up later when I drink. Yeah. Your sleep is terrible when you drink. Like your sleep is so disrupted. I'm up later. You're not making the best food choices. So like there's a lot of factors to it. But drinking is like, I'll get sometimes in the 30s.
So what is that when like people do drink? and then they quote unquote like sleep.
Right.
You know, if people drink too much, then they're just like out cold.
My dad was an alcoholic, and he had to drink every night to sleep because you know, but
what kind of sleep is that? Because clearly it's not
terrible.
good sleep, but-
Right. Your sleep quality is so bad. You don't ever get into that deep sleep, that restorative sleep. Especially if you're passed out for half the night. Like, so for me, if I drink just a little bit, like if I drink casually in the evening, I'm probably going to wake up wide awake at like 1 a.m. Because you're thirsty, you're a little, you know, all
your
those
lips,
things.
Your
Right.
lips are dry.
Yeah,
You're
there's
just
so many things.
dehydrated.
Yeah.
All that.
So sleep is just the quality of sleep. That's also like when people say, "Oh, I can drink caffeine and go to bed just fine." Well, yeah, you can probably fall asleep, but your quality of sleep is definitely worse when you consume caffeine right before bed. Or the half-life of caffeine is like 6 hours, so you really shouldn't be consuming caffeine within 6 hours of going to sleep, but it affects your sleep
And
quality.
when I was caffeine addicted, I would have big old Monster and then take a melatonin when I got home.
That's crazy.
I
know, right?
A Monster melatonin
Right.
combo.
Yeah. Like a couple
It's like
hours, you know, apart.
It's
but
like the Royal
Yeah.
Rumble in my brain trying to get me to sleep.
So anyway, I had 3 readiness crowns for the month of November and the month of December. And my sleep crowns, I had 14.
Okay.
So my sleep would be a little bit better because that's just like going to sleep on time and stuff like that. So
Right.
yeah. So and then also those days, I'm pretty sure in December, those 3 readiness crowns I got like in a row. Like, I don't know what I was doing. I was really on point for those 3 days because I think they were like 3 really good days of readiness and then none the rest of the month. For January, I had 27 readiness crowns and 24 sleep crowns. So I actually reversed the trend and had better readiness than sleep because we just sometimes are busy. I didn't go to bed as early.
Up watching a game
Not
later
me.
than you
I don't-
should.
Well, I did. Yes, I had to a couple times. Stayed up and watched that women's Iowa Nebraska basketball game. That kept me up a little bit.
Yeah,
past
we
my
were up.
bedtime.
Yeah, we were up.
Probably
late that
didn't get
night.
my sleep crown that night. 3 to 27.
Man, it's really all what you eat. That's a bummer.
And-
for people.
Devastating. I
And
know.
that means you gotta eat like really good if you want
Yes.
to live healthy.
And really,
Yes.
like,
doesn't matter how much you work out.
for both of us, exercise habits
Shocking.
didn't change, right? We still worked
Exercise
out.
habits did change
Well, I
though
mean-
because our recovery was better.
Well,
I
yeah.
felt better. I feel like our workouts were better. Mine
But
were
I mean,
at
like,
least.
we still
but I
worked
know.
out every day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the thing that we changed was focusing on the nutrition,
The quality of our food.
the quality of our food. Yes.
Because I mean, obviously we encourage our members to track their food and stuff like that, but that's especially when you're in your 10 weeks, but we're not in a 10-week challenge all the time, me and you. So we don't track our food all the time. And you shouldn't have to, but you don't track your food and then you start getting into habits where like we would go to Sam's Club and then we would stop and get fast food on the way home, on a Thursday for lunch.
with all the stuff in the trunk.
Right.
Yeah, people, that's classic.
You get those little habits that just sneak in and then you think, oh, you look back on the week and you're like, oh, I ate well. But then you have miraculously forgot about those couple times where you did that or you got a breakfast sandwich from
Ate
the
some
gas
Twix at
station.
the office.
Right. Yes. Like you just tend to forget about those things. That's why that's why it's hard. And so we weren't eating like terribly before we started Whole30, but we were off the rails as far as we weren't eating terribly compared to probably the standard American diet, the average person eating. We were still eating better than that.
Right.
We have an awareness of making sure we're getting enough protein. But yeah, we maybe portion control was a problem.
Yeah.
And like you said, the weekends would go off the rails.
So what's
common for everybody.
What's the other one that you were just like you discovered like
So-
a couple weeks ago? You were just shocked at
Yeah.
how high this went up.
I know. I'll show you, Harrison. But it also tracks as part of the readiness score and sleep. It tracks your resiliency to stress, and so like how resilient you are to stress. And so you have to be optimal to be resilient to things happening. Just like because my resilience was so high. That's probably why I was only really sick for like 2 days,
Mhm.
and then I got better. And so when I started when we started Whole30, the day we started, my resilience was solid, which is actually pretty good. Like it's limited, adequate, solid, strong, exceptional is the like range for your resiliency. And I even went back though in like mid-December, my resiliency was really low. I don't know what I was doing, but it was like limited. It was even worse
With
before
holidays, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and
just
sweets and
the
getting
end
together.
of stuff. So, my watch this, Harrison. I'll show you. Watch my resiliency score change throughout. Is it going? I can't see. It steadily incline, just a steady incline.
It's almost kind of scary to see where you started when you look at that graph.
I know.
Because it's like,
it literally was solid and then strong, exceptional, and then it stayed exceptional for the last like 2 weeks of Whole30.
I have to eat better.
I know.
This is kind of like,
It's kinda
this is
crazy.
scaring me a little bit
That's
about
why
how much. 'Cause you guys work out 6
Yeah.
out of 7 days a week.
I work out every day. Like I do something. I'll go on a walk today with our dog. Like I at least walk or run on Sundays. Like
That's a crazy improvement.
yeah, it is. And we already weren't eating terrible. We just had some bad habits. But the thing is, we finished Whole30 on Wednesday and we didn't go back off the rails. We didn't go back to bad habits. We started logging our food, following the meal plan and suggestions that we give to our members, tracking our carbs and protein and fat. And my readiness and sleep scores have stayed high. So you don't have to do Whole30, but you do have to eat well.
Yep. I'll tell you what,
So-
that Wednesday morning when I drank that cottage cheese and apple, man, I'll tell you what. Oh, my body was
That's
just
the highlight.
celebrating,
Yeah.
cheering. Is like, yes.
And we've had a couple little treats here and there, and it's fine.
Like Wednesday,
you know?
we had a little lean cuisine pizza,
Mhm.
But
Yep.
if you can fit it in.
and we
we've
logged it. Yep.
We fit it into
Yep.
our day, so you don't have to do Whole30 to see these results, but that's the great thing about Whole30 and why we wanted to do it, because we wanted to have that reset for just like a nutritional reset.
Yep.
And the other thing, and then we'll go to break, because I complain about Whole30 a lot. It's kind of like that thing where, how do you know someone's a vegetarian or whatever? They'll tell you.
Mhm.
I felt like I was doing that with Whole30 too, but so when we've talked about this, when Jeff does something like he gave up caffeine, he then acts like he's just above everybody. Like he's so
Yep.
much better than everyone.
I'm on my
because
pedestal.
I haven't had caffeine in
Like
9 months.
7, 8, 9 months.
Right.
now.
I would actually bound down to you because that's crazy.
know.
That's
So,
crazy work.
But I was not doing that with Whole30. I felt like I talked about it a lot, but it was always complaining about it because it's so much cooking. But the thing is, because the quality of food we were eating, I had energy to cook. Like it didn't feel like a chore. It's just the amount of time that it took, and so many dishes and just so much thought process, because you have to really think about what are we going to have? Do we have everything for it? Just like you should when you eat healthy. But I had energy to cook because I didn't come home and I wasn't like, I don't know what to eat. I'm just gonna have a bowl of cereal. Make a bowl of
Yep.
cereal on its own isn't that bad, but it's also not great. It's not
Right.
nutritional. It's not fueling anything.
Right.
And then you eat the bowl of cereal and you're just like, go sit down and just
You're still hungry.
yeah. So that was devastating too, to know that I had more energy to cook.
I mean, it's just terrible stuff we learned.
That's good because that's where talking about like not having. That's where things like ramen are just dangerous.
I know.
Because you probably don't have the energy to cook because you're eating ramen.
Right.
But because you don't have
Right.
the energy to cook, you're gonna eat some more ramen.
Just like
Yeah.
exercise, you need extra energy to exercise, and exercise gives you energy. Like, so you got to exercise.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
Like if
Yeah.
people are like, well, I'll join Farrell's. I just need to get in better shape first.
Yeah.
That's never going to happen. Because if you
wouldn't join Farrell's if you could do
if
that.
you were
right now.
already
Right.
in great shape, you wouldn't need to join
Yeah.
I
Farrell's.
know.
So you wouldn't be thinking about
That was
doing
like,
it.
I've said this before. That's my mom would always say she didn't want to go to church until she was right with the Lord.
Oh, you aren't going to get right on your own. So it's like
That's why you go to church.
Yes, yes.
Why you come to Farrell's.
Yes.
All right, let's go to break.
All right, we'll go to break. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about our kind of a new program we have at Farrell's that we're kicking off here in a couple of weeks. So stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the Fitness Fanatics. We're going to just put a bow on our Whole30 conversation here. So, Nicole, go for it.
Oh, well, I just wanted to say, would not recommend Whole30 for everyone. I was just giving Harrison a hard time because he is equally devastated by these changes. And
well, it's just it's the results that tell you need to tweak a few things yourself, if you want to live
because I
healthy.
am not special. So, for me to have these changes, that is part of the reason why nutrition is important.
But anybody will tell you that's in the fitness industry that owns a gym here in town that nutrition is 70% of your results, right? You just cannot.
But it's not even the physical results. It's like the weight results.
Yes.
It's you are leaving a lot on the table about just your quality of life if you're not focusing on quality nutrition. And that doesn't mean you have to eat perfectly. That doesn't mean you have to cut everything out. You don't have to do Whole30. As a family, like Katie and we like to do fun stuff like that. Not that Whole30 was fun, but
I was gonna say,
I know
it wasn't fun.
Not fun, but we like to kind of do challenges for ourselves. So last year she did because she has a Garmin watch, and her Garmin will has badges that you can earn if you do certain activities.
Yeah, I might have the Garmin. I'll give you the footsteps icon, the staircase.
Yeah, and then you get points for all these badges. So she's kind of gamifies that a little bit. So last year she earned a badge for walking a mile a day. Last year I was going to be a run streak, but then I hurt my calf, but I kept walking, and I ran or walked at least a mile every day last year. I like to do fun. I like to do stuff like that. I've given up chocolate for a year before.
Yeah, that was fun.
Given up soda for a year.
She gave up chocolate. So she gave up chocolate for a year.
This was a long time ago.
And so our ice cream choice switched from, they had just came out with a golden Oreo ice cream. And
I missed that ice cream.
Yes.
It was so good.
So instead of getting whatever.
So again, I didn't eat healthy. I just cut out chocolate.
Yeah. So we just found something else to substitute. So we went from what our ice cream was whatever we have peanut butter party now, but we went to golden Oreos with caramel.
It was so good.
But it's not chocolate.
I know.
Right.
But it was because I was a stay-at-home mom. I had a very unhealthy relationship with chocolate. I was eating a bag of chocolate chips every 3 days. So that cannot be good. So
that's all part of the journey though. I feel like everybody who's trying to eat better is gonna fall flat on their face a few times. So you
this
gotta
was
keep trying.
many years ago. But I like to do things like that. So and we've done Whole30 before, so we knew what we were getting ourselves into. This is not something that we're recommending for everyone. We don't recommend it for our 10 weekers. I don't recommend that you just say, I'm going to start that tomorrow and not do any research, because you have to look at labels and you really have to it takes planning. And so I don't recommend that for anybody, or for everybody, but
don't recommend it for anybody.
No, for everybody.
We only can do it.
I'm not saying you have to do Whole30 to see the benefits of healthy nutrition.
Yeah.
But
a good start is just cook for yourself.
Yes,
You're gonna
cook your own meals. Look at labels and try to cut out as much added sugar. Start looking at the food labels that you eat, and if there's something that you can choose that's similar that has less sugar in it, then start there, because I feel like sugar's a big one.
It is. That's why I did it.
Yeah.
Was for that sugar addiction.
Yep. But
that
if you're just looking at changing the quality of your food and you're not trying to lose weight or change your body composition, which is totally fine, that you do not need to always have that as a goal. Check reading labels and really understanding what is in the food that you eat is going to be everything that you need.
And some other kind of minor things that I discovered about myself was like, when I make my scrambled eggs, I don't need to put butter in there.
I've been telling you that for years.
I just spray the pan with olive oil.
Just a little spray, just
and
enough.
It tastes exactly the same.
Yeah, I never did the butter in the eggs. Usually just salt, pepper, and
yeah. You don't need it.
Or like when I'm making
bacon with it, that's usually
that's
enough.
what I was
If
thinking.
it's just straight up eggs, that's a little different. I might want the butter, but
nah.
So like just stuff like that,
Yeah.
I always thought I had to heat up my chicken in a pan and throw some butter in there.
He's ridiculous.
And then I put
butter.
my taco seasoning on there, but I did that. So on Friday we went to Sam's, we got our rotisserie chickens, loaded up the cart, got home, and we made some quesadillas.
Mm-hmm.
And so Thursday when I had this would have been Thursday we did this. So Thursday, I made my little taco bowl, and instead of putting butter in the pan to like kind of soak up the taco seasoning and make it get on the chicken better,
That's just ridiculous.
I just put a little water in the pan.
Yes, it's fine.
It works.
Yeah,
it works, and it's no calories.
There's nothing wrong with butter, but you don't need to put it in everything.
I don't think I've still had any butter yet.
I didn't use butter in our breakfast today. So.
Yeah, and yep.
But anyway, so that's all I was just gonna say. We're sharing this because this was our results in Whole30, but like we were already eating fairly decent, maybe 60% healthy, 40% not healthy before this, which like I said is far and above the average person. But just changing the quality of the food that you eat, cooking at home, like you said, Harrison.
Harrison, we got it. Magic texted in with the tip for you.
Oh, shout out Magic.
Instead of eating Cocoa Puffs in the morning, eat grape nuts and use whole chocolate milk.
That is good. That is good.
That sounds good. I do like me some. I love milk. Like that's the one thing that's always tough. Like I go on skim milk is
skim milk's gross.
We don't drink skim milk. We're always like we can drink whatever milk we want as long as we log it and it fits into the macros.
That's kind of where I'm at. I feel like if you're going healthy, it doesn't mean every single thing you got to be scared of now. Like whole milk is not going to be the thing that sends you to 300 plus pounds.
That's sometimes people, when we talk to them about the nutrition, they'll get really stuck in the minutia of like, which % of cottage cheese should I eat? I'm like, you can eat the one that you're going to eat. That's the one. Like pick the one you like.
Yeah.
If you don't like 1% because it's gross and watery, then eat the 4% and fit it into your day. Like, if you're not going to eat it, then what is the point of buying it? Like eat what you like, but just portion control. You can't have, you can't do the chicken and the egg with cereal where you keep refilling the bowl because you run out of cereal, but you still have milk
out of
left.
Milk.
Right.
I gotta add more milk. Now that's what I did with my crunch berries.
That's what we do.
I get a big bowl and just like intentionally fill it almost all with milk.
Yeah, because then that's going to be like 3 bowls. Yeah.
Something I've been recommending. We've had a bunch of one-on-ones, consultation with our 10-weekers during week 3, and if people are struggling to get carbs or what can I do to have a little bit bigger breakfast, I'm like, have some chocolate milk with your breakfast with your eggs.
Nothing wrong with that.
Fairlife chocolate milk.
Have
like
some
13 grams
milk.
of protein in a serving of milk.
I mean,
it's delicious.
You can even have whole chocolate milk as long as you log it. Yep. You're not drinking a whole gallon, but if you have 8 ounces, 10 ounces, you then it's like, wow, that really satisfies that craving and it bumps up my calories. So a couple people have done that, and there's one guy I was talking to this week, and he was just saying, I just need to eat candy at night. I don't
sweet tooth.
That's uncontrollable. I was like, okay, here's what you do: go to the store, get some fat-free pudding, the Jell-O pudding, get some Cool Whip. The little pudding things are 60 calories each. And then the Cool Whip's like 30 calories for a serving. Get 2 little things of pudding with some Cool Whip, mix it around, put it in the freezer when you're getting ready to eat dinner. So he's eating dinner, and then hour later,
He's got his little sweet
here
treat.
it comes. He needs his candy, but instead he got the pudding out, and he said it was amazing. He said
only 90 calories,
life
That's
changing
right.
almost. So
Yeah.
it's just he couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Just that one little thing.
Mhm.
And it's 150 calories, and because when you put it in the freezer, it gets really cold, and then it
And the
gets,
Cool Whip like fluffs it up a little bit and makes it
up,
fluffy.
and then it starts to stick to the bowl, so you're kind of like just scraping it off like it's ice almost. And
Right.
I mean,
There's a lot of ways you can make eating healthy taste good. So you
Yep.
can do it. You just have to change some habits. But
Yes.
anyway.
So real quick, we wanted to just kind of this isn't really breaking news, but so if you've been listening to us, you know we own a gym, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. We have specialized in doing 10-week challenges. We do 4 per year. Right now we're in week 3, or we're starting week 4 of our winter challenge. And kind of the downside to this a little bit is just that, you know, I mean, we typically will let people start whenever, but we don't really advertise that. You know, we don't do any ads or start tomorrow or this or that. And our next sort of entry point isn't until April 12th. That's why you don't really hear us talking a whole lot about challenge, because it's not. Why will we talk about it when you can't join for 2.5 months? You know, but we're going to be starting a new 5-week called Kickstart program, where you can join. Now it's limited class times because some of our class times are full, and we don't want to bring new people in right now at this time with the full mats. But it's 5 weeks worth of classes. You get 2 body compositions, so we're still tracking your progress, one at the beginning, one at the end. You get new boxing gloves and wraps. You get all of our nutrition program, because it's all on YouTube that Nicole has recorded. So you're really getting everything. But the good thing is, 1, you don't have to wait till April 12th to join. 2, if you're not ready to make a commitment for 10 full weeks, but you're like, man, I really like to do Farrell's, but 10-week challenge is a little scary for me, because 10 weeks is a long time. This is something that's shorter. It's 5 weeks. It's
see
100.
if you like it.
Yep.
See if you get, results.
Yep.
And
it's $199, and you get new gloves, new wraps, 2 body compositions, 5 weeks worth of classes.
the workouts are the same. It's the program.
Yep.
We don't do before and after pictures.
Yep. No pictures,
Yep.
no testing, no push-ups, sit-ups. Like I said, we do the body composition, so you can see if you made any progress. So it's one of those things, like if you join for 5 weeks and you're like, I really didn't like that. I mean, it's $200. It's $199, and you get a pair of gloves and wraps out of it, so you can use those to punch whatever, right? So that,
or if you really like it, then you can join the 10-week challenge if you want to try to win the $1,000. Do the before and after picture. You can you'll already have your feet wet a little bit with the 5-week.
Yep. Or you
kickstart.
can just continue on with us as a fit member.
Yep. A maintenance member, fit member.
Yes. So that's something that we started. So that is actually going to start. It's going to coincide with weeks 6 through 10 of our 10-week challenge. So if that's something you can interested in, you can go to fxblincoln.com. You can shoot me a text, 402-310-4026. This is the first time that we have done this. And also, for those, we decided this would be a good time, because maybe you started to do something for New Year's resolutions, and now we're into February, and you may have tried to do something on your own, and it just didn't work out. So now you can come see us and give Farrell's a try, and have that community aspect, family environment, friends, coaching, and somebody to hold you accountable.
Yep.
So with that, we're going to go to take our last break. We'll be right back to put a wrap up on the show. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of 3.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Hey farmers! Boyd Farm Outfitters is hosting a product expo at their facility near Exeter on Tuesday, February 11th. They'll introduce the newest products from Precision Planting and demo the Quick Draw Spray Tender System. They'll give you an up-close look at the Green Eye Select Spraying System, reveal the future of soybean traits, and much more. Stay up to date with the newest technologies in agriculture and learn how your farm can save time and money to become more efficient. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for more information, and they'll see you on the 11th.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
Limitless Mail has redefined the little blue pill with our new ED trochees that melt in your mouth, delivering faster results so you can be spontaneous again. Once you try the Limitless Mail trochee, you won't go back to the little blue pill. Our trochees go right to the source through your bloodstream, leading to quicker, harder results. To experience the difference for yourself and your partner, schedule a free consult with the men's health experts at limitlessmail.com.
Go hog wild, pit barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back, Fitness Fanatics. Just got a couple more minutes here to wrap up the show. Nicole, any place you want to go here? Just the last couple minutes.
Well,
Some
we kind of talked about how we did the one-on-ones.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
This past week, which is something we used to do, and then we kind of got away with it from it, and so we brought it back this session. It's been nice.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, we met with
I mean, we see everybody every day, but to just have like 10 minutes
of quiet time,
right,
without in the gym, and just
not
see
just like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
It was nice. I enjoyed it. I know for me, my one-on-ones, and this is very common, it's nutrition is the hardest part for everybody.
It is. It's the hardest part for us. Why do you think we did Whole30?
Yeah, it's the hardest part. So
Yeah.
but if it's the hardest, it's probably the most important. That's just the way that it is. Like,
Yeah,
nutrition's
and-
important. You
Yep.
don't have to be perfect.
Right.
And that was my big message to everybody, because I don't want, I try to be positive. I try not to, kind of perpetuate that toxic diet culture, which can be very persuasive in the fitness industry. So
Mhm.
I definitely try to meet people where they are, and just, because most of the time they know if they're not eating perfectly, like, they know it. Don't need to be shaming them for their bad choices. They already know they're making bad choices. And so a lot of times it's just finding the positives and focusing on those, and just trying to do better than you did the day before. So a lot of my one-on-ones were just just trying to help shift that perspective to no, you're not perfect. We don't expect you to be perfect, but think back to what your exercise and diet habits were 3 weeks ago before you started Farrell's.
Mhm.
And what percentage are you doing better? And most people would be like, it's 90% better than what it was
Right.
3 weeks ago. I'm
Right.
like, your body doesn't care what an app says on how many calories you're supposed to eat every day, how many grams of protein. Like, your body doesn't care what your goal is. All it cares about is what it's receiving, like what it's getting, the movement that it's getting, the nutrients that it's getting. Your body doesn't know that you're supposed to be getting this many grams of protein. So if you're falling short, but you're doing 90% better than you were 3 weeks ago, you can expect to see some positive changes in the next at week 5.
Right.
Now, is it going to be like, that's the other thing with this. It was kind of nice having that conversation where helping people align their expectations of 5-week testing with the effort that they're putting in. Like, okay, so you're not hitting everything perfectly, but so we'll keep that in mind at week 5. Let's see if you have great results at week 5, then just keep doing that. Like, do the least amount that you can do and still see results until you stop seeing results. And then you have something else to dive into. So
Right.
I liked that. How about you?
Yeah, that's about is mainly giving ideas for, like, if people are coming up short on their calories or carbs. And so I'm just giving some suggestions that I use. Like, I ask people if they like pretzels. Well, absolutely.
There's so many things that people think they can't eat,
or graham crackers
when they're on a diet.
Matt with Nutrition Authority, like, every meal plan I've ever been on, it's like protein shake and graham crackers. And then because you don't think of that, it's like, oh, what? I can
Especially
have graham
when
crackers
you're pairing that graham cracker
with a protein. Yep.
So that's the thing. Like, it's gonna slow down the digestion. It's gonna mitigate the blood sugar spike, and you're eating like 1 graham cracker, one and a half,
depending
or
on
whatever.
what you need for your carbs.
Or Teddy Grahams. Have a serving of Teddy Grahams.
The thing is, what I stressed was, like, if you're going to do that, you have to count them out.
Yeah, that's why I said
Not just
serving.
a couple handfuls or
You
a bowl.
Look at that box and you say, there's this many servings in it, so this should be gone in X number of days.
Yeah.
And if it's gone 2 days early,
don't buy them again.
You can't do it. That's like what Harrison and I have talked about many times. I don't buy Oreos because I will eat 1 entire sleeve minimum if I buy. Like, if I can't eat a whole sleeve, I don't even want to eat 2.
Yeah. Tombstone frozen pizzas.
Right.
I'm not just gonna eat 2 slices. I'm gonna eat the whole damn frozen pizza.
Yeah.
But you know
so
what?
I don't buy them.
But you know what? You only eat 1 or 2 of dates.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
That was my sugar. Dates.
You're not going to eat 30 dates in an hour.
No.
With a glass of milk. You're going to eat 30 Oreos in an hour.
That would have been your nightmare because I left those date pits all over, the seeds all over on the counter.
Yeah, you did. But anyway.
Yeah. So that was, if that sounds familiar to anybody, you're not special. That's normal. That's why we struggle.
Hopefully you guys learned something today.
Yeah.
What you should have learned is eat better and eat healthier. It
Focus
makes a
on the
big
quality
difference.
of food that you're eating, and
Yes.
you will feel better. We promise.
And not just focusing on the scale.
Yep.
But everything that healthy food can do for you outside of that number on the scale.
Yep.
Have a great week. We'll be back next Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. We'll see you then.